Hey everyone, I'm Jack Fossett and welcome to this shootout between two classic Celestion speakers. We are putting a 10-inch Alnico Gold versus a 10-inch Creamback. Today we're playing these in a Henry Amps SRT Plus, which is kind of like a Vox style amp. And what's particularly cool about this is it's a 210 amp, and I have a pair of each speakers. So what you're going to hear first are two Creambacks in stereo, followed by two Golds in stereo, and then you are going to hear one of each in stereo as a pair in case you were to put one of each into a cabinet to hear what they sound like together. We're going to start with some clean tone, then talk about it a little bit. Please let us know what your favorite is in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in, and I want to say a big thank you to Celestion for sending these speakers along for me to do this shootout. This is a sponsored review. I've done a few sponsored reviews with Celestion now, and You know, the name just speaks for itself. Not only are they a cornerstone of rock and roll history, but they're still living up to their name, which is really cool. Also, if you're interested in any of these speakers, or if you want to learn more about the specs, because today I'm really going to focus more on the tone than the specs, follow the link below. That's a Sweetwater link where you can purchase either or both of these speakers. If you do any shopping through that link, you're going to support my channel. I'll get a little commission, they'll get a sale, you'll get some cool gear. Works out for everybody. It's no additional cost to you. So all that out of the way. Today we're talking about two classic Celestions. We've got the Alnico Gold versus the Creamback. And they each sort of uniquely satisfy classic tone in their own right. Now, of course, Alnico speakers were very, very common in early guitar amplifiers, but as time went on, amp builders more favored ceramic speakers. And ceramic speakers, generally speaking, are known for having a bit more edge and a bit more clarity, whereas the Alnico speakers are known for being warmer and richer. It's actually not really that different than, you know, Alnico versus ceramic magnets in a guitar pickup. It's really kind of a similar thing. If you think about a ceramic guitar pickup, it's probably going to be a little bit edgier with a bit more drive, and an Alnico is going to be warmer and a little richer. Kind of the same for speakers. Now, this is my Henry Amps SRT Plus. It's a great amplifier that he built personally for me, and originally it had some Webers in it, and I wanted to try a different sound with it. Particularly, I wanted to try Alnico speakers in it because the classic Vox tone has Alnico speakers. By the way, this amp probably sounds more like a classic Vox than the stuff that Vox is making. Just putting that out there. But my singular favorite speaker over the past 5 years or so has probably been the Celestion Creamback. I've played a number of amplifiers that had Creambacks in them. Very different amplifiers. And what always struck me is that they had amazing tone, and the Creamback kind of seemed like, I don't want to say a chameleon, but I want to say it was maybe a jack of all trades. Maybe. I don't know. It just, the Creamback seems to fit perfectly into any amp I've played it in, whether that was a British amp, an American amp, or, you know, you name it. It just really suited the tone of anything that I heard it in. And so at Celestion, they said, I actually reached out to them to just say, hey, do you want to do an Alnico feature? Because I'm interested in putting some Alnico speakers in my Henry amps here. And they said, well, would you like to do a shootout? And I thought, you know, this is actually a really cool idea because, again, they both suit that classic tone, but in their own unique way. And I actually think they, you know, not to be boring about it, but I think they fit that basic description. If you listen to the back-to-back, the Creamback has a little less body and a little bit more articulation, whereas the Gold has a richer, fatter tone. And both do a cool thing. I actually don't know that I have a favorite. I do like one of each. I think they complement each other well, and I personally thought the amp sounded best when you had one Alnico and one Creamback. They kind of each do something that the other doesn't. So when you put them together, they just give you a really, really full tonal spectrum of what the amp is capable of. Now, that was obviously kind of clean-ish. It was a little bit edge of breakup. I am pushing this amp a little bit today so that you can actually hear the speakers really pushing some air, you know, not just a lower level. And I have broken these speakers in pretty well. I actually received them a while ago, and I've been playing hard through them on this amplifier to get them to loosen up a little bit. Now, next what we're going to do is use a Gibson Les Paul. And both of these guitars are loaded with Porter pickups, and the Les Paul is loaded with Porter Anthem Plus pickups, which are overwound, a bit more aggressive to really give some drive from the amplifier. And the amp has a built-in boost, which I'm also going to engage. I'm not going to use any pedals, so you're hearing all the overdrive from the amplifier and through the speakers. And again, I really wanted you to get a picture of that kind of natural tone that just comes from an amp. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to play the Creambacks and then the Golds and then the pair of them, of each of them, into the amplifier. Please let us know, what was your favorite combination? Did you like both the Creambacks, both the Golds, or one of each? What other types of applications could you see these speakers going for? I think it's fun to do the 10-inch ones because, you know, with Celestion, most people think of the classic 12-inch speakers that they make, which are obviously great speakers, but they make some really cool 10-inch speakers too, and I happen to really love 10-inch speakers. I think they have a slightly more compressed and slightly more focused tone than 12-inch speakers, which have that bigger, wider, clearer frequency range, and sometimes the 10-inch speakers do something like that in kind of a cool way. So I've always enjoyed playing through 10-inch speakers, and this is a fun shootout for me to do. I'm Jack Fossett. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know which is your favorite in the comments, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.